Oh yes, baby, it's Easter. No, it's a Kiseki Purple Heart. Yes, guys, welcome back to Dialogue, the dialogue on analog music reproduction. In this episode, we're gonna go through the few main characteristics and also my take on this special little cartridge that you see mounted there. Some of you already seen it. If you've seen my review of the Kuzma, here's a link. You've noticed this little guy mounted already there. Are you ready to know more of it? Let's go. Okay, boys and girls, let's talk a little bit about Kiseki. Well, there's a strange story behind it, actually. I'm sure a lot of you already know it, but it's worth describing it a little just to understand also what's behind this brand, what's behind this special kind of cartridge, phono cartridge. Okay, now this isn't what you would think a pure Japanese production. No. Kiseki, which is Japanese, means small miracle. Here you have it, written right here. But it was conceived, designed in the Netherlands. Oh yes, by a hi-fi genius, a hi-fi dealer, but not only, I would say. In the past, in the late 70s, but mainly through the 80s and 90s, this was one of the top products that were selling. Who am I talking about? Herman van den Dungen, who is also responsible for creating Dungen Audio. And not only, still today he is still inventing new incredible machines. For example, you know it, Prima Luna. Yep, he's the inventor behind that, the genius behind that. Also, those products, fantastic products. In fact, you'll see that Kevin Deal of Upscale Audio is always promoting his stuff in a very, I would say, exciting way, because they are together in that. And I must admit, I had a Prima Luna. Now I don't have it anymore. That was an excellent product, especially for the money. I really enjoyed it. And as we will see shortly, I'm going to go through this. This obviously is a new production. It's not a new old stock. It's a new stock. But before this, I just want to go on with the story. So this was conceived, as I said, at the end of the 70s because Herman lost his distribution of Koetsu, of the Koetsu cartridges, which are, as we know, still today the top of the tops, among the top of the tops. So he quickly decided somehow to reinvent his line, introducing new cartridges. Now, we don't know exactly what happened because he faked a little bit, put out a little bit of misinformation in that period, also to protect himself since he lost a lot of clients. And at the same time, he couldn't reveal anything. Still today, he is a little ambiguous in telling us about this story. So it's not 100% known. In any case, the story goes that he probably, we don't know 100% sure, but he probably created some bodies, cartridge bodies. He sent them in Japan trying to find the correct one. And in the end, he practically modified. We're not sure 100%, but specs do tell us this, and also other people. He did use Dynavector cartridges inside this and others, I believe, of the line, of the Kiseki line. So, but that isn't a big problem because he did create something new, because he did some modifications. And in fact, the sound is something quite different from the rest of other high-end cartridges, MC cartridges like this one. So, again, starting in this new period of time with this vinyl resurgence and all these things, these guys, together with other people, made it possible to have again the Kiseki Purple Heart. Plus, there are also other, but we're going to focus on the Purple Heart right here. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a few details on this, but let's now jump in on the characteristics first of all, and then on the sonic impact that it had on me, on my system. So let's get out of the way immediately the incredibly high price. Yes, we're around $3,500. It depends. You can get it for a lot less if you know where to look, how to look, and things like that. In any case, that's the price tag on it. It is made of a boron cantilever. It is a nude line contact diamond. The coils inside are pure iron body. Okay, so that's already a difference respect to other types of other models. The total weight is 7 grams. So, and the output voltage is medium. It's not that bad. It's 0.48 volts. And the frequency response is pretty good. It goes from 20 all the way up to 30 kilohertz. So quite extended frequency response. The compliance is 16 micrometers per millinewton or centimeters per dyne. It's the same. It's equivalent more or less. And this type of compliance, considering the mass, considering what you can combine it with, it usually goes with medium mass tone arms. It's quite easy to combine it, actually, to pair it, to match it with some tone arms. I did, as I always tell you, a dedicated video on this, where you will find also in the links in the video description of that video, here's a link, a calculator. So you just have to put the weight of the different things, the compliance, and you know if the resonance frequency is correct or not, or if you're going to have issues or not. In any case, it's quite easy to match. And also the output is, it's not strong, obviously, but it's not even that weak. It's a medium, a middle ground in all these cases. What else can we say? Well, they recommend 400 ohms for its load. And I think I've tried 100. I also tried 900. I think I like it a little more towards 900, but it's going with no problems even at 100 actually. I don't sense that much difference actually, so that's pretty good. The tracking force, the recommended is 2.5 grams. I think that's spot on, that's good, so no need to change that. And you're gonna need around, in my opinion, in my experience, around 50-60 hours for break-in. Okay, after that you can evaluate the sound. So let's try to say something about the sound of this special wood, because the Purple Heart is a special wood. The body is constructed with this special wood, which according to the manufacturer kills all vibrations, all resonance. So it's a special type of wood, very hard. And there's also what they say special solutions inside, which gives altogether this special sonic imprint. Well, when I say special, I just mean good. I don't mean strange or aside from normality. No. In fact, I must admit that this is, I want to say it right from the start, an amazing cartridge. I love the sound. What they say around in the various reviews, because I'm like you guys, I read reviews, and the reviews were stellar, and I must admit that the sound is stellar. Now, the price is stellar as well. It's very, very expensive. In fact, I think if you're capable of finding perhaps a demo model or a slightly used model, or you can somehow get a reduced price, taking away 1/3 of that, or maybe slightly less, something like that, then it's worth it. Otherwise, it is really expensive, I must admit. In any case, I do want to say that I'm an enthusiast of the sonics, which did not happen, for example, with the Lida Kleos. If you've seen my review, here's a link. The price, very similar. Actually, the Lyra is a little more, but we're more or less, it's 3,600, 700, something like that. Very similar, but it didn't engage me. It didn't move me. It was correct. I liked it, but there was something missing, and this price tag really didn't make me fall in love with it. Here, I fell in love. Okay, some of you are gonna say, well, yeah, you tried it on that arm. True. I've tried it only on this arm. I don't have any more mic Technics, as you know, most of you know. I did not try it on my EMT because it's not, it does not have VTA. It's sort of a problem to use it there. Plus, I don't want to use it there, so I just didn't do that. But I did use my Dynavector 20X2L on this arm. So I did have a comparison in that sense. And in fact, I do think that the Dynavector, for its money, which goes around, when I got it, it was 600 euro more or less here in Italy. I don't know in America. I'll write it down here what it costs now. It's an excellent cartridge all around, but is definitely at a lower level. Everything is a little more undertone. When you put this baby on, things start to shine. And what they say is true. All genres of music, and that is something rare, because I must admit that in some, in the cartridges I had in my life, I did not find this compatibility with all types of music. There was always something a little more shiny, a little more evident, better performing. With the Kiseki Purple Heart, I do think that rock, pop, jazz, classical, anything you throw at it, it does it correctly. In fact, what I loved that every single register of the frequency of the spectrum, of the whole spectrum, of all the frequencies are perfectly reproduced, are greatly reproduced. I love them. Rich mid frequencies, a nice vibrant high frequencies, and a deep controlled bass low frequencies. So from that point of view, I can't really say anything. I loved all the different sectors. It has excellent timing, and something I always pay attention is the timbre. When you have a good timbre, which means when instruments sound as they should, and I would add also the transients in very fast and detailed music, high resolution music, when that comes out in a good way, how it's supposed to really sound compared to real music, because remember, we're not comparing only gear, you have to compare also to live music. Okay, some people are saying no, baloney. That's our reference. At that point, you know you are in front of something very, very well conceived. Now, we're probably going to discover, I don't know, in 5 years that inside they're just, I don't know, hair and a couple of bolts inside. Whatever is inside, whatever he's using, I think it is musical, highly enjoyable, highly engaging. Really got me moving in the groove of any type of music. And that is something that I rarely had. I did love my Lyra Dorian, but it was too bright. The rest of the registers of the spectrum was fantastic, but the high frequencies were not that good. Here you have all the package, and you have to pay for it, unfortunately. Nevertheless, I think that if you have the money, go for it. Otherwise, there are dozens of excellent products at way cheap. For example, the Dynavector, which is an incredible cartridge, which I think is very good, and it costs a fourth of this. Well, okay, guys. What else can I say? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please put your comments here below if you have experience with Kiseki, Purple Heart, or other models. I'm interested. Or if you want to comment on the Kleos or the Dynavector or anything else. We're here with our open ears, ready to hear and read you. Thank you again for watching, and remember, music was born analog. Well, guys, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my channel, please consider to subscribe by clicking the black and white logo here below.
Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode and you will become a true member of the analog community.